As we celebrate Black History Month, new art pieces will soon honor a Milwaukee trailblazer. Vel R. Phillips was the first woman and African American to be elected to the Milwaukee Common Council. She was also the state's first black judge. And last fall, the city opened a new plaza in her honor located on Wisconsin Avenue across the street from the Baird Center. And after a worldwide search, the Common Council also selected an artist to design the new memorial at the plaza. Joining us this afternoon is Philadelphia-based artist Karen Olivier. Karen, good to have you. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Kind of walk us through this design and how it's all coming together.
I mean, the task to come up with a memorial for a woman who is so legendary, who is unmatched and unparalleled her career, it was daunting and it was difficult. But I honed in on several key elements I felt that were critical to her life. I read about how she always was willing to speak with anyone. So I had the idea that it had to be a piece where you could think about her engaging people. I thought about her critical role in the 200 days of marches and protests for housing justice. I thought about all of those firsts where she was the first, but I thought about her being the aloneness of being the first. So I decided I would make something to represent definitely the 200 days of protests and marches. So that's replicated through these columns that are figures of people, linked arms. I kept thinking about the linked arms. Yes, it makes reference to marches and protests, but it also makes reference to unity. Like, we are united, we're staying together. And I thought too, that space in between, we can imagine ourselves joining and linking arms as well. I also thought about her office. And I thought about how your office, your desk is a place where it's mundane, it's laborious, but that's where action happens. So I thought, what would it mean to have a desk with some elements that represent her life, her work? And also thinking about this chair, we're replicating a chair that she actually used. And I thought, what do it mean to have this empty chair talks about her absence, but it's also space for us to engage. It's a space for us to say, well, what's my responsibility? Or maybe it could be inspirational, or maybe a law student having a bad day could sit there and be inspired and soak in her legacy, and now also think, like, what is mine in the future?
Absolutely. And let me ask you this. I did some reading here, an article that was written about this that mentions that only 6% of public artworks in the United States are of women, even fewer of women of color. That's got to be inspiring for you to take part in this particular piece as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we know these statistics, and I feel as though memorials they are contemporary. I don't think about memorials as being something about the past. The past is always contemporary because it's contextual. So the idea of making a memorial for a woman who we all should know. Why did I not know her name when I have a twin sister who's a lawyer? The fact that I was able to give this a gift to myself, to the community, to all women. It's beyond words, honestly.
And we really could, Karen, talk to you for so long. I got to ask you real quickly, though. I know this is titled, "I Didn't Do It Alone." What does that phrase mean to you?
Yes, I mean, we speak about her first. We speak about that, but no one ever accomplishes great things on their own. You always have to lean on someone. We have to lean on each other. That's that reveals that we're human, that we need we need each other to make things happen. So I just wanted to point to the fact it's a phrase that she used to say, but within that thing of anyone who reaches greatness, there's always the support, be it your community, be it her husband, her children. So I really wanted to point to that fact that yes, greatness is there, but we were going to do this together.
And we can certainly hear and feel the passion that you have for this project and for your craft. Thank you so much for taking part in this and for sharing your time here this afternoon.
Thank you so much. Take care.